Happy Wednesday, goblins and ghouls, and welcome back to another amazing episode of Musicians Hangout with your host, Crash Fistfight, a villain plays the victim, the booty pop moopsie, and Maxine Maxwell of the Maxwells.
Trick or treat, everybody. It's time to cast spells with y'all. And my guitar has a life of its own, I guess.
It's ghostly,
I told you I was going to cast some spells. Look out, everybody.
right?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for our Halloween special. Yes.
Me too.
Here's
And this
my
is a
friend.
great band, too, to have on tonight, too.
Tonight is going to be so freaking amazing, you guys. I've been pumped about this special for weeks. Yes.
Yeah.
Cheers, my dear.
Chills.
So, Crash and I honored Sober October, and we are breaking our October fast.
Yay!
Yay!
I mean, yay, we did it.
Yay! And I'm glad that we do that. We cleanse. It feels good. It shows that we can, commit to something like that and follow through. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us, too.
Hell yeah. So, cheers to that.
Chills.
All right, so I'm going to go over our mission statement, and then we're going to bring our guests up to the virtual stage. Our mission statement here on Musicians Hangout is to be part of a revolution, to create friendships with other artists, and build a community network to save music. And tonight we have the sensational band Innocent Torn.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, welcome you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Go ahead and introduce yourselves so that the guests know who each of you are.
I'm James, guitarist and band janitor and band daddy.
And janitor.
I put out the fire. So, that's what I do. I play guitar and try to stay in my lane. I'm just not good at it.
I like that you said band janitor.
Oh yeah, that's a great position to have.
And I'm Bonnie Freeman. I'm the lead singer for Innocent Torn. So glad you guys having us on today.
Oh my gosh, it's an honor to have you guys on. You have so much to talk about and tell us all about your projects. Oh my goodness, you have so much happening for you.
Yeah, like I said, we were bumping you at work all day today.
Nice.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on in the last couple of weeks, and we have so much more in store for people. Again, I'd like to apologize. My face is a little swollen from I had an allergic reaction to something, and my face swelled up. So I do apologize for the sound.
You can't help when you have an allergic reaction to something. Like,
Exactly.
and shame on you people if you were gonna get on her for having a swollen face for an allergic reaction.
I can't even tell. Bonnie, you are so gorgeous. You are so
Yeah.
Thank you.
In fact, I saw that you were voted as one of the hottest women in independent music recently.
Yeah.
So congrats.
It was Jeff Tucker. He is one of the biggest supporters of underground music, and he has a podcast. It's called Sound Bites, and as part of that, he really wanted to kind of. It wasn't really meant for. How do I put it? It wasn't really meant for flattery. What it really is to show women all over the music industry for what they really are, and that's beautiful musicians. And so I was really honored.
I wish
we
we were seen more as like talented musicians and less of a sex. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a little demeaning when they're like, "Oh, you can play drums?"
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just got to say that I really appreciate those individuals out there that support us and don't.
Yes.
So thank you
Yes.
everybody who does that, because there are many that yes, in our capacity. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah, and for us, we really kind of strive ourselves to support one another, support our fellow
Our
band
like our
members,
local
our
community
yeah,
and wherever we go because it expands because we did a lot of stuff in like the eastern parts of Oregon and Washington and we've even like with the thing we've done on YouTube podcast we've reached out to those bands and we've hooked them up with people locally so they could come up from the SoCal area and come up north into Seattle and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun because that's how we feel both of us. You know, it's what makes the metal community strong is all of us collaborating together and it works fucking great.
We
And I
are
don't know,
building a community to save
yeah,
music.
we're
yeah,
expanding
Yeah.
it. So
Like
we're like
that's
that.
that's what we're doing. Yes. Like we're connecting bands together. Like Maxine and I have done that on several occasions, just having bands on our show, playing benefit shows on our show. So
yeah. Even during COVID, we knew that a lot of bands, they unfortunately, without a card or whatever the rule was at the time, the music industry was really going down fast, and so we kind of looked at each other one afternoon and we're like, you know what? I bet you we could have two bands in the backyard.
Right. But they
Stream.
start doing a lot of festivals and so
Yeah,
forth. So, to get around that private property is kind of like, you know,
You're right.
right,
shows.
yeah. We kind
Yeah.
of got away with it also by having them perform live on, they had like a 30-minute spot on our show. But like we had talked about earlier, the sound quality wasn't the greatest back then,
Right. Right.
Yeah,
but it still gave the bands the outlet.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it also gives people who there's diehard music fans out there that really it like put them into shock because they couldn't go to a show. We were so bored, and the truth is I watched a lot of bands break up during that time. And it was so
Yeah.
Well, that's what created us.
and that's kind of how we got.
Oh,
I was in a,
wow.
I was in a band for 18 years and everything just kind of fell apart, because of the COVID thing. And
Mhm.
we started messing around Facebook doing covers of In This Moment and Pretty Reckless. And it
Oh,
turned into a band because we put it in there and it would go viral. And we're like, wait a minute.
yes.
So we
That's
started
cool.
formulating it real quick. So, and it's been crazy ever since. So,
Yay. That's awesome. I was going to ask when you guys got established, but that
Yeah.
answers the question. So the pandemic established Innocence Torn.
yeah.
How did you guys come up with your name?
I actually came up with the name, and well, Bonnie and I, we obviously we're a married couple, but I was her first love many years back, and I kind of built the name around that, Innocence Torn, and
Oh, let's just face it, he broke my heart.
yeah,
He
but it
broke
wasn't
my heart when I
intentional.
was
That's
younger.
where the innocence come in,
And then,
and
and then
Oh.
33 years later, we get back together and we're married within 3 months.
yeah, I didn't know it was her.
Oh.
And she had a really well-to-do magazine that was global called Wild Child Magazine, and she was at a
I
famous
remember
show.
Wild Child
I know that.
with a Y.
Probably my ex-wife. I mean, because there was like this connection. I was a good guy. I was, not doing anything. But when I'd shake her hand when she was doing interviews for my band at the time, it was kind of weird because there's like this connection. I'm like, this is not good. I shouldn't be thinking this. What's going on here? And going several years forward, we go to talking on Facebook after the end of another relationship. And she goes, "You don't know who I am." And she starts listing my mom's name, my brother's name, the horses we had, and my friend. And I was just like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "And you were my first love and you broke my heart." I'm like, "Oh," and we've been talking for 2 months, never said anything. So it's like a big shock. And then it all hit me at once. I'm like,
Yeah, there
it's
was.
that one.
there
Oh, no.
was-
Now we're married. So.
As I'm talking to him, it starts to dawn on me. I'm like, he doesn't know
Yeah.
that it's me, right? And so it kind of cracked me up. I go, because do you know who I am? Like, and he was thinking, yeah, you're that girl from the
From
magazine.
Wild Child. Yeah,
I'm like,
everyone
"No,
knows who you are.
I don't think you get this, man. No, that's not who I am. This is who I am. Anyway,
Wow, that's crazy.
No, it goes deeper than that, bro. Like, you know me.
That's awesome.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to see his face.
Right?
Oh, oh no, no.
So funny. Really so
I was floored.
yeah.
I bet.
So-
Oh my gosh, I love stories like that. How crazy.
So it's really about, a journey of life and love, and having those moments in your life that you just can like never let go of. And that's where the innocence came in, the torn part came in. Um, because I was talking about that heartbreak, you know what I mean, about how that made me feel. And so when we were looking for band names, he kept being like, innocence, innocence. Out of nowhere, he goes, innocence torn. I go, that's it.
Right.
That, like, you just told our entire story. And, um, yeah, and we've been going ever since.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
kidding.
beautiful.
Oh, I love that so much. That's a great story.
I love how that embodies definitely your relationship together, but also it's a name that so many people can relate to in their own
Right.
way. Like
Like
In life.
we've all had our innocence torn in some way.
Not
Oh, yeah.
wrong. Mine's still getting torn. So.
And it's funny because I've actually had people break it down, like in a sense, torn. Like, and I'm like, oh, I like that. That's okay. I can see that perspective of it. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we get a lot of questions about it. Like, why? Why would you do that? And every time I
It
think
makes total sense.
once
And
you
it is the
hear it,
fire
it
of the
makes- yeah.
band, I mean, so much of some of the songs that I've written that you put vocals and so forth too, have kind of been.
I was gonna say, I feel like your band kind of embodies that name.
Yeah, it does. It does, definitely. So
I feel that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a driving force. We keep getting more powerful. I don't know. Let's get along so
Yes.
You're the wife thing.
So you mentioned so James, you write, and then do you both write songs, or are you more
Well,
like
there's some of the stuff was stuff I had in the vault, lyrics wise, and she took it and reformulated. But
Okay.
she's quite a writer. The problem
I
that we
wondered,
find
okay.
with her, yeah, with the songs is that she'll write too much, and then it comes down to a case of she's very creative.
That is until recently. And
That's
now
true. That's very true. We've got some new stuff. It's just we got about 4 or 5 more songs released, and then the real new stuff comes out. It's just going to keep getting better. I'll just put it
Cool.
it is
That's
definitely-
awesome.
it is definitely next level.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Coming, nobody's
If you
gonna
like
expect
Broken
it.
Dolls, that is nothing. Even this
Oh,
we've got a release coming out November 21st that's going to shatter that.
Really?
no
Yeah,
way.
Oh yeah, and we got a song after that. It's just gonna keep. You're gonna be like, what? We've
Ooh.
We truly-
I am gonna like
oh,
you
yeah.
gotta send us that link. You
Yeah.
gotta send, and then we will share that
And we've got a countdown on YouTube.
with the
We're gonna do
world.
It shows the nail to the cross, but it's
Oh yeah.
so
Okay.
you can get on the waiting thing. It drops. Well, is it the video that drops or the single?
I get confused by this too. It's
The video, I
I
think.
think- I think the-
Midnight, November 21st, and then
Yeah.
the single drops the following morning. And then it's
There you go.
you're gonna love it. The
It's
video is
on-
so
Oh.
cool. I wish you could say what it was, but it's
Yes,
just so
James.
Like what time in the morning though?
9.
I think it's
9.
That's
it's-
awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes.
That is awesome. I'm just saying I don't want to wait till 9 to watch the video.
Wait, I don't know
Well,
for sure.
midnight.
I know the 21st. Well, the
single-
video drops at midnight on the 21st,
Yeah.
and you're gonna love it. So you'll be able to
Okay.
hear the song.
Yeah. Didn't our friend Ticker do it?
Yes.
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 And
Yes,
Hikate
in the video.
was in it,
Hikate's
right?
in the video too, so
Nice.
you get an idea that it's quite creative. I'll just say
Very-
that.
very different
Yeah,
than
yeah.
we've done before.
Yeah, we've become very good friends, and we'll be doing a lot of work in the future.
Yeah,
I've known Ticker for a long time now, since way back in the day when he was in Ravages of Time.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, way. We played many shows together back in the day too. and it's so great to see him find Hakate and their like little love story. It's very cute. They match. I will say they match.
They do.
That is their person for sure.
Yes.
Yes.
So.
And to
Oh,
make
yeah.
it crazy, our rhythm guitarist is best friends with Ticker. Who
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Brian. He's in Florida right now touring with Steve Unger from Metal Church. So
Oh wait, which Brian? Doc?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Yes,
That's
he was in Ravages of Time also.
my dude. So that's
Brian's
Well-
my other
awesome, man.
Well,
guitar
Saturday
player.
I'm playing a show with Brian Bach. So I was, yeah, so I was like, well, wait a minute, which Brian is? Like I'm using Brian Bach's drum kit and like Saturday. I need to make sure.
How has he got?
The one thing I loved working with a company and Ticker both is I have a very, very specific plan for what our videos, what I
Oh,
wanted
right.
them to look like.
And when you're
But as
dealing
far
with these
as-
videographers, they just with Broken Dolls, we wanted to take that so much further, but then $2,000-3,000. It's like, well, it's gonna cost. This is gonna cost. And it's like we have a vision. We have a vision.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and
And
it
so
sucked.
this time around, I really like. I wanted to continue a storyline.
Yeah.
And it is only clear if you've seen all the videos up until then.
Right.
then-
We're building.
Then
Yeah.
it,
Oh, so it's almost kind of like a concept thing.
It's like Operation Mindcrime, only it has to do with our
Oh.
villainous character, Draven Bloodspill.
let's just say that I don't think
Yeah.
anybody could have nailed my vision.
Yeah.
Like I literally explained it how I needed something dark and eerie, and I needed, be very specific about that. And so when they were like, "Yeah, we got you. We know exactly what we want
Oh
to
yeah.
do,"
They've got good visions. They really do.
when we got up there, we were floored at how well they understood. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about them is that.
Well, and time was an issue either because it took us. We did like 9 hours or whatever that Saturday on recording. It was hot as hell, and it was so crazy because in the building in the back they had wrestling going on, and it was just
It was
just
the last day that
Club,
Hectic
yeah.
happened. And so we got to film.
Oh, the last day of Club Hectic.
Oh
yeah. Well, it's perfect because so many things were torn down, and that was we were trying to create this real gory.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, right.
You profess too much thirst.
I do. Oh no,
You do.
no, I don't. People are gonna say they're gonna.
Have you guys played Club Hectic?
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, yeah. We got some amazing
Yeah.
footage. I don't know if you know Nella Gambini, but she got some great video
Yes.
footage of us playing there, and they did some promos that show highlights Innocent Storm with some of our other fellow bandmates like Glenn Cannon and Beautiful
Nice.
Skeleton.
I love Glenn.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you guys a little Easter egg. I forgot all about this. So if you go and watch Ticker's new promo video
Oh yeah.
about his company, and I'm sorry, my brain isn't working correctly right now.
That's okay.
Twisted Images. So
Yeah.
if you go watch the video, you're gonna see a little sneak peek that nobody knows it's in there.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. And you heard it here live on Musicians Hangout.
Yes.
Little
I
Easter egg.
didn't even know it was going to be in there, and I wanted to support, so I checked it out, and lo and behold, there we are. I was like, oh, this is gonna
Oh,
be-
that's great. Oh my gosh.
I'm in a lot of the band wars.
Oh, cool. Nice. We
I'm a
got
contender.
it was the beer. What was the
The Beer Olympics.
we were part of that. We ended up
we-
having to leave at like 3 in the afternoon, but one we already started.
Unfortunately, this year I was unable to attend Beer Olympics once again because, well, it was my birthday and Maxine and I had plans.
Girls'
Gotcha.
weekend. Yep.
But I would have been that MVP, I swear to God.
Yep. You would have.
Nice.
You would have.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because we did our signing for Paul Crosby management there.
What color team were you guys on?
We were on separate teams. I was what was I? I was like red team or something, and you were what?
I think yellow.
Yellow.
I was
Yeah, but
gonna be on yellow team. Oh my god! I could have brought us to gold.
Damn it.
well,
dude.
we had to bow before they even finished the games because we started drinking like 2 hours before it started because everybody was late because it was supposed to start at like 3 and didn't start till like 5. And
Oh
we
yeah,
were
no, that's just how the Olympics goes, though.
but we had to get back because we were foster parents, so we had to get back to get the baby and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh well, bless your guys' heart.
Got to do what
Thank
you
you
got
for
to do.
taking care of kids. You know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
need
Well, bless.
they need loving people too in their lives.
Oh yeah. Well,
You
he's a
guys
little
are
musician.
so active, like with your music career, with your family. Like you are all over the place.
Nonstop. It's nonstop.
Yeah.
It's inspirational, honestly. Like,
Yeah, it is.
But we're in shape. I mean,
Oh, hell yeah, you are. You are definitely, both of you, very much so.
I got jobs, we got bands, we got these little kids. Like,
oh
it's
yeah.
we got these dogs and cats and other
Yeah, 4 chickens,
stuff.
2 dogs.
Got a wolf and a min pin that's a total butt. Yeah.
We got it all going on at the same time, and there's some days where
Um,
there's just some days where you're just like, I don't know if I can keep doing this, but there's always something out there that's like really encouraging.
But it's got to be super fulfilling to you guys.
Right now, I feel I
feel
feel
a
a
little
lot of gratitude,
accomplished.
but I do feel more accomplished than I have in previous times.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
stuff that we've been working on, and the new signing. We just recently signed with Paul Crosby Management.
Really
Yeah.
awesome. Really awesome.
Yay!
Yeah, amazing person. I just want to point out there's a few musicians that I've come across, like Sin Kieran Ministry, amazing guy. Paul Crosby. Even though I haven't met him in person, I've talked to him a few times on the phone, and he's a genuine person, and I appreciate that. He's just a really cool musician. Actually gives a crap.
And he really
Right.
believes in us.
Same with Ivan DePrume. Awesome
I
dude.
love Ivan.
Uh-huh.
Ivan
is a
is
cool
like
guy.
the greatest dude I've ever met. Like,
So amazing.
super chill, and like you're just
Right.
looking at him like, dude, like you were like a huge person in my life at a certain time, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Whiskey a Go-Go right above the green door, the green room, is a picture of White Zombie. So they've definitely made their mark in music,
Yeah.
So
Ivan has inspired me when I was younger. So
I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I would
No,
say it was the biggest unit of that band because it was very
and then
rhythmically
yeah,
driven.
and then to meet him and him just being like a cool ass dude, just like, yep,
Oh, and
I
he's
play
such
the drums, I play the guitar too. So,
right. But him is like him and I. We were playing this one show and we were practicing him and I in this freaking hallway, and it's just like he's so well versed, but he's just like me. He's like, I can't have anything wrong. He's just in there practicing. We're laughing at each
Yeah.
other, and I'm like going over these parts I've played a million times. It's like I can't screw it up for the band. And he was just like me, and I'm like, dude, you're like way up here, But it was kind of a cool connection,
I love that. That is awesome.
No matter what level you're at, So it was kind of cool.
That's awesome you brought him up. He's a cool dude.
Oh yeah, we've had him on the show, and he
Yeah.
is very busy too. Like we just felt so blessed that he made some time for us because he's so busy with his projects. He teaches, like he teaches drumming to younger adults and kids, and
And
actually,
shout out to Boundless Joy.
oh, we love Boundless Joy. Yes. Yeah, he was back to back with our show with teaching one of his students. So right
Yeah.
after he signed off,
cool.
with us, he had a class. So it made our day that he made time for us. Yeah.
And that just shows the coolness of Ivan,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Yep, he's a genuine person.
Totally
Yeah.
supportive of other artists and the independent underground artists, just
Yeah, and it just goes to show that just because you make it big doesn't mean you have to be a jerk.
Right. I mean, people are still people, But
Exactly.
I
Yes.
can honestly attest, and I've been very humbled and honored and surprised because when we started getting bigger and doing stuff down in Southern Cal, especially, I've met quite a few big musicians, and I'm surprised at how much they're just kind of like me. They're just a musician that got lucky. And a lot of them I met they really don't have egos, man. They're still just cool as shit. And
That's
it's
And
awesome.
and you hit it on the head. Musicians that got lucky, and that's what it is in this business.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just
or
luck of the draw, man.
yeah. I mean, you grind it out. I mean, a lot of them they just put in a little bit more time than others. Again, it still comes to luck. They were just at the right place at the right time. But if you're playing enough places, chances are stack more in your favor.
Well, and plus, if you have that one song, that
Right.
catcher.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong. You're not. Well, I mean, talent comes into play too. And with a
it
lot of
does.
bands,
Exactly.
like there's a lot of great bands, but not to toot anyone's horn, but because there's a lot of great singers, but you got to have that special something. Because like I used to be a lead vocalist and I'm good, but I don't have Bonnie's voice. So like even though I
Oh,
was,
Bonnie.
Right.
she's got that voice where someone's going, "That's money. I can make
Yep.
money off you guys."
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
something you should look for in your band. Who's gonna be that one factor? Or maybe get
Right. Yeah.
Well, for me, that's just one of the reasons I love working with Paul so much. I'm sure you guys know Paul Crosby is he's a Grammy nominated
drummer Saliva.
for Saliva, and
Right.
he's got a lot of expertise.
Yeah.
He has a lot of knowledge of how it works, and what I love about him
Yeah, that's no
is
joke.
not only how much he supports, but he's one. It's like you can't keep what you have unless you're willing to give it away. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but Paul's going to take us with him. You know what I mean? And he's not shy about that at all. If I have any question whatsoever, I feel stupid when I'm like, yeah, I don't know what the hell an algorithm is, or how to get on that.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh, don't even worry about it. Here, let me, he'll explain it to me. And
Right. Well, we're
he makes
feverishly
me
taking down
feel-
notes. And
Yeah,
It's not
right.
just my manager, but he makes me feel like I can accomplish whatever it is I want to, and he's going to help me get there.
That is definitely somebody you want in your band.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and having a direction to go in, and like,
Yeah, because he's obviously seeing your vision and taking your lead, and you guys are making something pretty freaking incredible with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it is so nice to have somebody that has been there, done it, been the big star, come in and be like, you're next.
Well, I got to point out too, like for other inspiring musicians or whoever watches this, there's a lot of blood and sweat that goes in it too. We rehearse a minimum 3 times a week, sometimes 4, and those rehearsals can be 4 or 5 hours long. There's a lot of creating and learning. We put in the time. We put in a lot of work.
And if you ask Glenn Cannon, he will tell you the same thing. Because back when he was in window pane, those guys were practicing like 8 hours a day almost every day.
I would if I could.
So, and that's why they got as close to making it as they got, because they were playing Pain in the Grass. They were the shit. Glenn Cannon is still on KISW all the time.
Right. Oh, he's a very talented guy.
One of the nicest dudes.
Right. Very down to earth.
Right. Yes. Oh, and he's
super sweet.
So humble. Just another humble musician who he goes out to other people's shows and he supports other musicians throughout the industry.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to play with both him and Ivan. And those two are they both just have such a kick-ass personality. They're really infectious when it comes to their energy, and they are such amazing musicians, and it's just so cool to be able to hang out with them, talk to them, or go to their show.
Right.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that we've gotten to actually, we're really blessed and kind of honored that we've gotten to share the stage with so many amazing artists.
Oh yeah. Well,
I-
when we the first time when we did the supporting act at the Whiskey a Go Go for OTEP, we heard all these horrible things. But crazy when we were in our green room getting ready, the manager and OTEP came in. She gave me a hug and wished us all the best luck and they totally fucking took care of
You
us. So
heard
whatever.
negative things? I've only heard like positive
Well,
things
she's
about
awesome. Oh,
OTEP.
there was. We did honestly, and it's the complete opposite. And our manager was so awesome. He was giving us merch like Ricky Rocket drumsticks and all these band merch from all these other bands that he manages. And he saw something on us, and he said always get in contact with him down the road. And it was a great experience. That was a great
I
experience.
think part of the problem is that OTEP out for a half hour before she goes on. That she, that a bunch of people be upstairs, and it just some other band that had worked with her and previously couldn't respect that. And I get it because there are so many people running around upstairs. It's really super loud, and I had to do that the last time I played whiskey. I actually went by myself while everybody else got ready and dressed, and part of that was just so I could
De-stress.
just
Yeah.
de-stress.
Well, that also, and we did. It was back to back. We played the Orange County Fair that afternoon.
Oh
and then
wow,
literally-
that's cool.
Yeah. Well, it was
Yeah.
107 degrees, and literally we're sweating from there. We jump in the Dodge Charger, drive an hour through LA traffic, and then had to re-shower and get our makeup back on and get set up, to close out the show at the Whiskey a Go Go. It was
Damn.
Oh,
It
awesome.
was really, that day was a lot of
well, cheers to that, because
Yes.
yeah,
You guys,
dude,
damn.
doing a double header is hard work. I hate doing double headers, especially being a drummer. No.
Yeah.
In LA traffic, 107-degree weather. That makes it so much better.
Well, it depends
Right?
on what time of day in LA, because there are times of day in LA where it's bumper to bumper traffic, but you're still doing
yeah.
50.
Yeah.
It wasn't 50. No, it was. We were barely making our obligations to get the place on time. It was. It was.
I'm just saying, like, it depends what time in LA, because LA is always bumper to bumper, but sometimes you're going 0 and sometimes you're going 50.
Yeah.
Right? No, that's true. That is true. That is
But you know what? I wouldn't have had that day any other way. It was,
No.
I was just so damn.
It's like any other day but
true.
today.
We had such a huge fleet of people that came with us. We had like our tour van and stuff, and like the Charger, but we didn't have enough room to get everybody there at the same time because a lot of us flew in and so forth. So we literally had our bodyguard. We stuffed him in the trunk of our car to get him to the Whiskey a Go Go. He's having a panic attack because we didn't close the back all the way. And I hit a bump and it closes and he's just like, oh, let me out, let me out.
Oh my God, that's the most hilarious thing. I bet. And you're just showing up at the Whiskey a Go Go, letting just some dude out of the trunk. Hey, you better get out here.
Mrs. Tor did it. So,
You got to make sure we're safe. We keep our security guard in the trunk.
We took pictures.
In case we get a flat tire.
Well, yeah. The van or the did have a flat tire and he was driving it back. And yeah, I guess he filled it full of crap.
God.
Trying to
Well,
fix
who
the
was in
flat.
the trunk on the way back then?
Well, we the rest of us, like Brian, they and his old lady flew out, and we went and flew to Vegas, and then ended up and then headed back. So, and Chichai and them flew too. So
Yeah.
most of us flew out.
And that was
Okay.
crazy. That was a crazy experience to have everybody coming from different airports
at different times, because there's so much going on, that.
I bet that was like one of the funnest shows of your life, though.
We've had a lot of fun shows, but it was cool. It was an experience for sure.
It was.
What is the funnest show that you've played so far? Since we're on that topic.
Boy, what do you think? Boy,
I'm gonna have to say OTEP.
OTEP was awesome. That was pretty freaking awesome. And then we ended up being invited guests back the following night to see Dawkins, and they he gave us shirts and merch and autographed them, and we got to hang out in the green room. And I know the secret code for the green room door now, so that was to me was really cool. The only thing that kind of blew me away, went in there, there's a poster of Green Day, and I'm like, nothing against Green Day, but I'm like, of all the bands that play there, just this band, I was thought it's something more nostalgic.
Is it a pun like Green Day, Green Room, maybe?
Oh, I never thought of that. That's actually a play on word. That's kind of cool. But that would make sense. I just
that comes to mind for me, but I'm like, yeah, kind of with you there. Like,
no, I get the play on words. That makes sense.
Right?
Actually, my favorite ever was actually we played the Rainbow Room for Ronnie James
God, with Sebastian Bach and everybody.
Ronnie James
That was
80th birthday party.
I cried. I cried on stage.
wow, that's cool, you guys.
This is what was cool about it. Not only did I literally trip over somebody and go face first into Jeff McKagan's chest, we had no idea. Here's the funny thing: we had no idea what we were walking into. We did not know it was Ronnie James Dio's birthday.
80th birthday.
80th birthday. We didn't know that Eddie was there. We didn't know Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
We literally showed up.
Everybody was there.
And we walked we're talking like members of Lynch Mob, Dio.
Oh yeah.
Dio's wife was there.
Right.
I'm standing there like, what?
That was our audience. Yeah.
So that was our audience.
And we also were doing it was Sebastian Bach doing an interview with Eddie Trunk, and we did Slave to the Grind.
And so
wow.
Nice.
Talk about an accomplishment.
That's badass.
He goes, just so you know, I just have to let him know that you're doing his song. And I'm like, what? Like, I was so freaked out.
The greatest thing for me though is like we got all these A-listers in the audience. We did another cover. We don't do any covers now, but we did back then. We did Twisted Sister's The Price, that she fucking rocks. But we had everybody in the audience singing the chorus while we're up on stage. That's literally, I'm crying. I could hardly make it through this song. It was so awesome. It was such an experience to have like my idols and people like that in the audience singing to our band. I was like, we're not worthy, man. We're not even worthy.
Oh my God. Yeah, you are. You wouldn't have been there if you weren't. You totally are. You totally are.
We did the best we could. I felt weird because they ended up not having me use my stacks. I was using their Behringer equipment and I couldn't adjust them. And I wear glasses because I'm farsighted. And then so I'm like, I'm not touching it, So I mean, it's good,
that would be nerve-wracking. Oh my God. Like, I'm a drummer, so I don't deal with that stuff, but I know working with a guitarist that would be super stressful.
Which is weird because now this last time at the Whiskey Go-Go, now they have their own equipment and stacks, which is nice when you're flying in, especially with the cost of traveling. And they dialed me in. It was so badass, man. When I hit it, and I was like, ooh. The only time I got excited like that is when we played with Winger and Warrant at the Gorge and the Dalles, and I had like 10 fucking Marshall stacks behind me. It was so loud, unfortunately, I couldn't hear the rest of the band. I was like, boom! And I was like, I'm fucking deaf. This is great. And then I was like,
oh my God.
Man, shit. So I'm going over in front of the vocalist and the drums because I'm so fucking loud. Fuck yeah. That's all I could hear. That's all I could hear. I don't know what they're doing. So there's a lot of cameras all buttoned up close together in this monster stage because I couldn't hear.
So you guys got a question from the chat. When is the next show?
Our next show is November 9th. It'll be at the Real Art up in Tacoma.
Oh, that's
nice.
We're going to be playing with Adverse Effect in Kiersey. So, and I hope to God that I just pronounced that correctly. And if I did not, guys, I am
Cursa.
Yeah, it's
Kiersey. Is it Kiersey or
I think it is.
Kiersa.
Oh God.
Brian.
Forget it. I butcher names all the time when I'm introducing them. Introduce the band, and I'm like,
sometimes she'll call me and be like,
How do you say
How do
that?
you say that?
Yeah. No,
Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I know I'm gonna butcher it. Like,
And sometimes I'll just be like, I got it. I'll say the
yeah,
name. She's like,
sometimes I
oh
just
my
gotta
God, thank
say it.
you.
Well, and then there's bands out there that nobody totally knows, and it becomes an argument. Because when I was in my other band, the Shatterbrains, we ended up co-headlining with a band at the Hawthorne Theater, which surprisingly loved us. I thought they were going to maul us because we weren't as hard as them at the time, but it's Celtic Frost or Celtic Frost.
I
Like, it
love Celtic Frost. I
Oh,
I
used
just
to have
you know,
one of their vinyls as a fucking teenager.
yeah, they're badass. They are badass. It was a great
Fuck
fucking
yes, Celtic Frost. Nobody's known those guys. No one.
right.
Like Grunt
They're
Truck. No one knows who the hell they are either.
yeah, but back in the day they sure did, man.
Well, I
That
mean,
they're
if you look
Right?
if you look at some of these band logos, it literally looks like, you know, somebody just spilled ink on a piece of paper. You're like, I don't
the
So
Smiths.
so my roommate is in a band called Thorn, and they got it just because they were like, what are we gonna name our band? And they're like, we should name it like one of those thorny looking band names, where you just throw sticks on the ground and that's your band name.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
And then we have one more show that we've been asked a lot. More recently, I was really surprised at how many people had asked. They're like, when are you going to play locally again? And a lot of people know that we haven't been playing in our local scene because we're trying to expand and get out there and
Right.
go
Right.
and do other things. But we've decided that December 7th, we're actually going to be at the Heavy Metal Brain Company. And
so we'll be doing a
playing
local
Daylight.
show which will be awesome because I love doing local shows. It's just we're so busy. If we're not out touring, we're writing music. If we're not doing that, we're recording. If we're not recording, we're doing a podcast. Or whatever, So it's go. Or we're out of town, So
yeah, and what date is that again?
That's going to be December 7th.
Yeah.
And
December 7th.
Right. And our next single drops November 21st at midnight. So
Okay.
video and single.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Matt Miller. We haven't really talked to him, but he does a lot of collaborating on some songs that are going to be coming out in the next few months, year.
Sweet.
Not on the new stuff, at least not as of now, but he's kind of like a ghost musician that collaborates in the band as well. And if you know anything about Matt Miller, he's a hell of a player. So,
That's cool.
Power. I just want to give a shout out to him. So
Good to know. Shout out to him. You guys got another question. This is a friend of ours, Kashaka.
Kashaka, miss you, buddy.
All the way from Tennessee. Are
Yeah.
you all gonna be touring soon? Like possibly coming to Nashville? You should.
Oh, that's a very real possibility
Yes, it
because
is.
our manager lives in Austin, Texas. So
Oh,
Dang, Kashaka.
there's an FM station there called 88.7. Is that right? Or what is it?
I don't know, but you guys should definitely also hit Zanesville, Ohio. Just throwing that out there. Ohio. Ohio's very pumping, especially in the Zanesville area.
yeah, lots of rock, metal scene.
Mention musicians, hang out, and you'll probably get in anywhere, play with any fucking band.
Yeah, they love us there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's good to know. We really appreciate that.
And we love them.
Yes,
We really
absolutely.
celebrate a lot this next year. That is definitely on the plate. I wish I knew some of the dates off the top of my head, but I don't. But we are definitely going to be hitting the road, and Nashville is definitely one of those places that I think there's a place there called something Inn, the Exit Inn. I think is what it's called. You may be seeing us out there here in the next couple of months, maybe.
Yay.
Definitely.
Exciting.
Well, we'll share it
So-
out to our peeps so that they can
Yes.
go on the road. They'd love to see you.
And Kashaka, you should totally share that information also
Absolutely. Yes.
with all your friends.
Definitely, definitely. Oh my gosh, you guys have so many cool stories and cool things happening. And I can't wait to see your video. Oh my gosh, I've been thinking about your video. Like,
Oh, I can't wait to see the video. I mean, we've been sitting on it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to do it for Halloween, just because it kind of have that vibe. But I love the direction that Paul is taking us in for this, and we're going to be doing another video. Probably within the next few months, you're going to see. You'll see
Within
a lot
the
coming from
next
us.
3 months or so, you'll probably be seeing you'll be what can I tell them the name of the song?
Well, our next one that's coming up is Nails of the Cross.
Right.
That one, it's
Ooh.
Yeah, we have in the works one after that too. So that I can say because people will forget by then. It's
true.
Scars, and no one has heard this version of Scars. We've done it live a few times, but what we have recorded and done with it's going to blow people away.
Yeah,
It's,
it's definitely you're definitely
it's
right.
almost kind of like an Avenged Sevenfold thing, and I'll just leave.
Ooh, God, I love that. Oh my God.
So you have a
Kevin!
question. Kevin. He said, I have a question. If you could tour with any band
Ooh,
in the world, who would it be?
good question, Kevin.
And I'm going to throw in a where.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Who
All right.
and where would it be? You know what I mean? What band and what venue?
Black Belt Brides, I'll play anywhere. Hands down for me, I would literally I would do some scandalous shit to play.
I would like to do something huge like Metallica or something so I can get maximum exposure and do Europe because Europe just the metal fan base over there is fucking sick. So that's for me. Or maybe
Good. But
something like
what band would you like to tour with or play with? Is the
probably Metallica.
question.
Yeah, I
I
would
think-
play with
Oh,
Metallica.
Metallica. Yeah. No. Okay. Fair enough.
He said Metallica. I was like,
Oh, some
geeking
people
out,
in the
man. I'm
audience.
like, I love Metallica.
I thought he meant like Metallica style. But going there. I was thinking Red Rocks, honestly, but that's just my dream venue.
There's so many bands that I would love to do that with, but I would
Hell
say
yeah, man.
from a professional standpoint, that would be probably the most
It's
intelligent choice.
yeah, as a musician, I think it would be hard to pick like what bands I would like to play with because I want to play with them all.
We've had some offers, So I mean, was it the uh, Texas Hippie Coalition or whatever, and which I'm fucking down with. So that's a possibility. There's a
But
few other
I'm
ones.
gonna say some bands are not worth playing for.
Truth. That's where good management comes in. They can
Right,
weed out
yeah.
stuff like that. So
Well, when you're just like this weird little local musician in Everett and somebody asks you to play a rap show at the Tacoma Dome, you don't say no.
Right. You don't say no.
no,
No.
hell no, I wouldn't. Hell
Right.
no.
Right.
Yeah, but I like all forms of music. Metal's like my main thing, but if it's good, it's good.
It is mine too, but like I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna say no to like playing the Tacoma Dome.
Well, and
You're gonna be,
I love the idea
and you
of
know
something
you're gonna be playing bass for Curtis Young, who is Dr. Dre's son.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. That's one thing I kind of hate about music is the fact that there is genres because it's all music. The more that gets breaking down, the more the audience wins. But some of my favorite shows have been the shows that are eclectic, where you have a variety of style, anywhere from bluegrass to metal to pop.
You're gonna
those are
get
cool.
so much of a bigger fan base by having an eclectic
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
show like that.
Yep, I agree. Those are my most
I'm
favorite
just
shows too. I like to check out the other
yes.
talent. Everybody sounds like everybody. I'm like, oh god, so.
Yeah,
Not that it's
okay,
not
so
enjoyable.
Slipknot just came and played not too long ago, like a month ago.
Right.
They came last month.
That'd be a great
And-
band. That you say band, I would.
Yes.
Right,
Oh,
yes. And let me tell you, it was their 25th anniversary and it was an amazing show. And his son, from the band Vended opened up and he sounds just like his dad.
Cool.
But so did the band. And then the middle band sounded exactly like they all just sounded exactly the same. Really, if you didn't know the songs, you would never know who was playing.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That
that
would
was
be
the only thing I negative I have to say about that. And Corey, like Slipknot invented, I get father and son. They're gonna sound the same. But
okay.
the middle band, just the music was just too similar.
Right,
But
right.
I think I about made my boss shit his pants when I told him that Corey was actually the lead singer for Stone Sour. He had no idea.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I mean that's kind of
It should be
it
common
too.
knowledge.
He's got that diversity that really works for him. And the first time I ever heard that, I honest to God did not believe it. I do love Slipknot,
Well,
but
I knew him for that before Slipknot. Actually,
yeah,
Stone Sour was so
Oh, yeah.
giant today.
so different.
See, I knew
Yeah.
Slipknot before I knew Stone Sour, or realized Stone Sour, I guess. Stone Sour was never my cup of tea.
I like them. I like Stone
No,
Sour.
I like them
They're,
both actually, but I
they're all
also you got to
right.
think like I
I
knew of
have
Slipknot, but I also
Slipknot
knew
albums, but I
different.
don't have Stone Sour albums. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't buy them.
Gotcha.
But
That's definitely radio versus.
I do like that his contrast between the two bands, you know?
One thing I love about Slipknot is how they can come out so fucking hard and still make it radio friendly. There's a lot to be said about that. And
That's
their
true.
their textbook writing,
That
how
is
to get that style into the masses, and more people should be doing that. And
How do you
that is.
control your mouth? That
Down.
how do you rein in the cuss words? Because I'm just flying F words, you know,
well, and they
out
do
there fucking
have
left and
some of
right.
the songs that are that way. But
Bonnie's learned to do it, so.
I had to learn to do it in 3 minutes in LA because as soon as we got there,
Oh yeah, we had all these little
we had
kids and
all these-
families, and just like hundreds of them
oh,
were like,
they gave me
"Oh, we
this
can't,
sister
we can't say
rule.
fuck," you know? Damn, you know what do we do?
They gave me this sister rule, and one of which is he had to like tighten up his shirt.
So what did you do?
I
Because there's that timing, you know, there's timing in that song. Did you just like
I literally had to do it on the
bleep
spot.
yourself out?
I didn't know I couldn't even say how. Like I couldn't even say that, so I said heck.
okay.
I
You just
couldn't say fuck, so I was like freak. Instead of shit, I said spit. I remember looking at Heather.
Thank you, Allison Chains.
Heather Rowan.
Right?
yes.
Camera. And I remember looking at her with my eyes just like, oh my god, what? Like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I found that it sounded ridiculous, but
You're like, I'm pulling a Battlestar Galactica. We're gonna frickin' do this,
Well, that
frickin'.
would be really hard to do on the spot like that. But I get why you do that because I'm a teacher, so I have to edit myself daily in the professional environment, and I love to say the word fuck in my life. Like
See,
Right.
I could not do that. Like,
Word.
I am so glad that I am in the profession that I am in, and nobody can hear me in the back kitchen just like fuck this and fuck that and fuckity fuck.
well, and much as I love to say it, I don't really sing it.
yeah,
I
mean,
don't add it
feel
to my
like
songs.
I like earn the right to say fuck if I want to, but
Right.
it was there, and you know, and looking at it, and it was really cool to be able to see these, you know, younger kids, and even like an older Oriental couple, and just like the most. It was so cool to see all these different people really get into our music, and I don't think in that environment they would have appreciated it. But I know that everybody at Whiskey a Go Go did.
Yes. I'm
Well,
sure they did.
who fucking wouldn't have the whiskey?
Right. Different atmosphere. So
Yeah.
it just depends on the. Well, you know, when we did the Winter Warrant show, we weren't allowed to cuss in a whole.
Really?
Oh,
Why?
it was very controlled. I just because
Wow.
Where did you guys play?
it was what was it? It was the outdoor. It was in the Dalles, Oregon, out on the Columbia River.
Oh, gotcha. No, as soon as you said the Dells, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they're really okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, man, it was an
I think you
experience.
just learn how to. You just
It would be. Yeah, that would be.
yeah. But really showed me that I could do it. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, who just like you know what I mean? I was really scared, like it was just gonna slip right on out.
Yeah.
And I
Oh yeah. That would be scary. Like in that realm, especially because you're so comfortable.
yeah, I mean, it's like ingrained in my soul. It's just like you said, we practice 3 times a week, every single week, without regard. And
I'm used to it though because like back when I was in my other band years back, we landed a very well-paying gig, and we're like a metal band, and it was for like a Girl Scout jamboree. I don't know why they picked us. We
That's
actually had
fucking awesome.
to.
Yes.
I guess you call that a sellout, but it was very profitable. We didn't say
Girls love
anything
metal.
wrong.
Okay.
We took some. I'm not even going to say who we covered, but we did. Yeah. We rocked it, but we kept it very age appropriate. So
That's awesome.
I respect that highly, honestly, because like I said, I am a truck driving sailor, and there's just no controlling my mouth. I try as much as I try,
I
especially
think
when we
most
first
by and
when we
large
first
are.
started doing when we first started doing musicians hangout. We were trying to live up to FCC rules and
Yep,
regulations.
we tried.
And then COVID hit, and we were just like, you know what? Fuck this.
Fuck
So
it.
we started day drinking and cussing on the show.
We did. Like we didn't care anymore. We yeah, it was like just the times it was, but also we set our YouTube settings for 18 and older and just went
Right.
for it. We're like, you know what? Our guests are more comfortable sometimes being able to just be themselves and speak how they want. And I was honestly
Right.
worried about how my district, my bosses would perceive me swearing. And I have only gotten support from them, so it's
Yeah,
not.
and I keep telling her bullshit because this is your off hours. You
It
were
is.
not a teacher. You were not on the fucking time clock. So you
I,
get to be Maxine fucking Maxwell.
Well, I realize that, but I also know that there are some students that tune in and that
Yes, and
there
thank
could be
you,
a
kids, for
complaint.
that.
So yes, there could be a complaint here or there, but um I
Not
don't
from the children.
I don't advertise to the kids. Like they know of me, but I don't advertise for them to watch the show. I don't advertise myself online to them. I keep the world separate. They find me, and that's what happens. So I try to keep the worlds as separate as possible, but it's hard sometimes.
You do a magnificent job, my
Thank,
friend.
thank you, my friend. Well, you guys, we have 1 more minute left of our show. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been delightful. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
hour went by really quick.
It did. It like flew. So
Yeah.
Right?
could you guys tell our viewers where they can find and follow you?
so on Facebook, we're at Innocence Porn. You can find us on Instagram as well. Same.
Spotify,
Spotify. You can download
iHeartRadio.
our music anywhere you
Any
can,
platform that
anywhere.
you have, Apple. Yeah.
Go
Like I
check
said,
out our Spotify. We were very lucky today to have 600 people listening to us at one time.
yep.
So, yeah, go check us out there. And then stop, say hi. Let us know about your band so we can support you as well. And we also have a website, innocenceporn.com.
And can I plug my show real quick?
Go ahead, friend. Go ahead.
All right. For those of you who are looking for something to do this Saturday evening ish, you can come and watch Moopsie at the Chop Suey in Seattle. All proceeds go to the Seattle Feline Rescue.
Oh, cool.
And yes, and it's Cats with Bow Ties, Ammo Cat, and my band Moopsie. Show starts at 6, I believe, and like I said, that's Chop Suey in Seattle. It's gonna be a fun show.
Awesome.
That sounds great.
And it's for a good cause because we're
It
saving
is.
kittens.
It's for the kitties, meow.
Just in time for Hallows Eve.
Oh my goodness. Yes, what a great way that we've spent Hallows Eve too. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. James, thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Bonnie, we love you guys.
Thank you
for
guys so
having
much.
us.
We'll
Oh, you
stay
guys were awesome.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Happy Halloween, trick or treat. Stay safe out there. We love you. We're going to say goodnight. Let's go. Bye, everybody.